Hello everyone, my name is Xavier Wells, and today I'm going to be teaching you and showing you why you should turn your card collecting into a business. Now, this can apply to more than just trading cards. This can apply to a lot of hobbies, and learning to monetize something that you've been solely doing as a hobby may seem odd, but once you get going, it's almost like you're getting paid for doing something that you enjoy. Now, I've been involved in trading cards pretty much my whole life, and have built a very big passion for this hobby. As time went on, I realized how much money I had actually been spending on these cards and how much it had really stacked up. Then, with some introduction through social media and friends and just my own research, I found how I could make a return on this hobby of mine. As time went on, this return was made passively through me just stocking up on what I would call my inventory, which is just everything that I own. While trying to figure out what makes this enjoyable and profitable, I interviewed a close friend and somewhat of a collector. His name is Ashton Folk. And within this interview, he told me that if you have anything trading card game related, it doesn't hurt to check its value, and I couldn't agree more. Like I said, the amount of spare dollars that you could just have lying around just from accumulating inventory over time could really surprise you. And if you are already engaged in this hobby fairly deeply, you may know how expensive some hobbies can be. So why not start to flip and start making money on this hobby? You can think of it as an extremely small business, and with this, you may need to take a few extra steps, especially if you're going to lean towards the direction of opening your own in-person shop or website. The Small Business Administration, also known as the SBA, has a website with a 10-step plan that can really kickstart your business. They claim in the 5th step that the most important part of this process is to make a business structure, and this can make or break your business. So if your business doesn't have structure, then it can just fall apart. Different ways you can structure your business, especially if it's going to be a bigger in-person, is with bulk. Bulk is just insane amounts of cards that don't really necessarily have a ton of value, but they accumulate quickly and they can actually make a decent profit, especially if you've been collecting for a while. Another way that you can structure your business is around graded or high value cards. These cards can have higher individual value, but populations of those cards can be low, so they can be harder to get your hands on. If you're going for a less serious and more passive approach, there is options for you. Selling on platforms such as eBay and Facebook Marketplace are very popular, and they are ways that I sell. One thing you do need to know when it comes to using these platforms is how to analyze the market, because when you are selling on Facebook or other websites, you will most likely be selling singles, which are these, like I said before, lower population, higher value cards, and their price changes all the time. These trends can be treated much like stocks, in the value can fluctuate depending on many variables. There's a stock analyzation article via modialoswald.com that states upward and downward movements of the market can help you decide whether to buy or sell. This knowledge is used by sellers such as myself and other people to help them analyze these markets of these cards that fluctuate depending on population, grade, and other variables to let us know when to buy or sell. Now, there has been a few individuals that have had a lot of success in selling on these platforms. Renelle Richards, who is a writer and businesswoman, posted on the Yahoo Finance page an article, and she made $65,000 a month in the peak of the trading card market. She says, don't overstock too early. Pokemon is a saturated market, and you need to be unique in your approach. These words are very valuable because if you overstock, you can lose a lot of money. With all this being said, there are a lot of hobbies that have business opportunities clashing in this day and age. Taking advantage of something that you love may not be a bad idea.